Hello.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with life. It's such a mystery to me, you know. Like, honestly, I could go into a whole crazy, rant, but I'd rather not because I'm going to sound like a lunatic. Anyways, let's get started, shall we?
Is it so bad that you just want to go into the bathroom, look at the mirror, and just say Candyman 5 times?
Yeah. Oh, man. But anyways, that is, we are the Bodacious Rant with Bern and Rye. You know, we have to introduce ourselves. And, you know, Bern just brought on the topic already, you know, prematurely.
No, it's a great intro.
It is a great intro. You know, I'll give you that one. I'm not going to... It's just like the Magic Man. I didn't think about it, so I'm going to say it's bad.
You're right.
It is an awesome
nickname.
But yes, finally, the long-awaited... Well, at least for me, long-awaited, because for Nia DaCosta's Candyman reboot / sequel. That's basically how I would put it. And it finally dropped this last weekend. I finally got to see it in Dolby, and
Nice.
It was worth it. It was very great, very creepy, very well acted, and just overall pretty just chilling movie. It was so well done. So much social commentary on it as well. So it was pretty great. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna give it at least right now 4 out of 5 rantings, just because the ending was a little weird to me, and I think I get it, but I'm not 1,000% sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not the brightest out there, but you know, I just watch things, so
You're just like, I don't get it. I just don't.
a little bit. Not gonna lie, I know that's some people's critique of it is just that the ending is a little weird to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm yeah, I could see that, but at the same time, it's just a good movie overall. So, yeah.
Nice. So what would you give it for an overall rating?
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I would stick with that, just because besides the ending and stuff being a little weird, everything else was great about it. The acting was fantastic. It starred Yahya Abdul-Mateen the second, I believe. Yeah. You know, Teyonah Paris from Captain, not Captain Marvel, WandaVision. Yeah, she'll be in Captain Marvel.
She will be in the Marvels for sure.
And it's just another handful of actors, like Coleman Domingo, which I did not realize he was a gay actor. So that was kind of a surprise, because I haven't really seen him in much. The only thing I saw him in was Without Remorse. I'm like, this guy's cool, but I don't know who he is. You know, I don't know. I haven't seen all of his work, but let me see. And then again, a handful of actors I don't think they've been in stuff before. I don't know. I couldn't really tell. Overall, it was still a great cast, though. Very solid film. Basically, this takes place, you know, present day, but it does reference the original movie more so. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to see the original. Oh, okay. It would help clear up things a little bit.
That's what I was going to ask. If it was one that people can just jump right into without having seen. I think it was what has there been 3 of them at this point?
Yeah, it kind of became just another slasher series, but I would say yes and no. Yes, just because there's a little more to it of the original story to kind of clear up some things about this movie, but the way they explain it, you get the general gist of it. So you don't have to, but you know, you definitely, I would say definitely watch it. The first one was really pretty good. Very much more of a slow burn horror movie, and it is older, so it's not quite the same as now, up to today's standards, I guess. So just keep that in mind.
Okay, so that's pretty good. It seems like if you're a fan of the franchise, then you'll have a good amount of things to look forward to in this one, but you don't necessarily have to know what happened before to enjoy this movie.
No, you don't. No.
Oh, okay. So in terms of the performances, I know that you mentioned Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Teyonah Paris. How was Yahya in particular? Because it seems like from the trailer he's the central character in the movie, and it seems like he's got a lot of crazy material to work with from what we can tell.
Yeah, he does a really good job, just because this one's a little more psychological than just straight up horror. So I thought he did a really good job with his character. You know, he's a struggling artist. I'm trying to keep this as spoilerless as much as possible, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. But, you know, he's a struggling artist, and there was a lot of commentary in the movie about how, you know, communities, communities as projects and stuff, sometimes they'll get destroyed and then rebuilt as newer nicer apartments for, you know, either wealthy people or just you know
Essentially, like a
kind of
commentary on like gentrification is what you're saying.
very much commentary on gentrification. So that's when he leads him to the projects, and that's where he meets Coleman Domingo's character. I think I'm saying his name right. Let me double check. Hold on, because I really liked his part.
Yes, it is Coleman Domingo.
It is Coleman Domingo. Thank you. And that's where he meets him, who's been a native of the projects, like the whole area that it takes place in, called Cabrini Green. So he kind of helps. He kind of propels Yaya's character into madness. Essentially, it was really cool how their dynamics worked a little bit. So I really like that aspect of it. You know, Black Manta, he can do more than just be Black Manta. So I'm excited.
He could be Black Manta. He could be
Dr. Manhattan. I forgot he was Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, I gotta watch that series still. So
yeah. So how would you say was Nia DaCosta's direction? Because have you seen any of her other films before? I believe she's only done one other film before this one. But how did she handle a little bit more of like a more known IP?
I think she did a really great job with it. I actually think, she turned it from a traditional just straight up slasher horror movie into a much more social like commentary on everything. Like she kind of broke it down like almost anybody could relate to it. Specifically, like people who live in like, not the best of areas and stuff. And it kind of gives more emphasis on why Candyman is so horrifying, but also like just puts him in a new direction. So I thought I really liked her. I definitely, anything she's attached to, I'm probably going to go see it. Especially because she's doing
the Marvels coming up.
She is doing the Marvels. Yeah, I'm super excited because of that. Because, like I said, I can't praise her enough. She's just a great director. Just fantastic. Give her an award right now. That's all I gotta say.
That does sound like a lot of really good things. And I know you keep mentioning like the social commentary interwoven with the the horror of the movie, and it seems like with what's his name? Is it Key or Peele? Jordan Peele. Yeah.
Jordan Peele, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, which one is it again? I always get them mixed up. It's
Keegan-Michael Key, yeah, he's the other one. Jordan Peele's the horror master.
Yeah, the one who wrote and directed Get Out, which was fantastic. So would you say like this one follows along the lines of Get Out in terms of like interweaving like horror and the social commentary together?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And he did help produce this movie, so I'm kind of glad he was attached to it. I wouldn't be surprised if he had some influence with either the cast or just like maybe some of the horror, some of the really gruesome parts in this movie. But overall, yeah, I think this is definitely another one of those. So, but it works. It's not too like, I know some people are complaining like, oh, there's too much like political stuff or social commentary. I'm like, no, this actually really worked. Plus, it just turned from Candyman to traditional like horror character into something that has much more meaning within like why he does what he does.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I mean that all sounds really good. I mean, unfortunately, I haven't gotten to see it yet, so I'll try to catch it within the next couple of weeks. But all that sounds like really exciting for me, and in terms of sequels that come out years and years later after the original movie, it seems like this one is one of those that delivers.
Yeah, this is definitely up there with like Blade Runner 2049. Let me see, Jurassic World, I guess I would consider one for sure.
Mm-hmm. Fury Road.
Fury Road, yes, it's up there with Fury Road as well. And Bill and Ted. I would say those are also like some of the best like long-awaited sequels. And even then, I say it's a reboot sequel just because it does continue from the original one, but it can stand on its own. It's like this is a new continuation of it. So, yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind going to see it again, but I'm saving almost tickets for Shang-Chi this week, so I gotta sparse that out. Be patient with it, but. Like I said, the cast is great. I think the Coleman Domingo, Yala Abdul, and Teyonah Parris really held it down. They're almost like three pillars of like views on things, like kind of like Kurosawa's samurai film, where it's like the truth, like each truth. It's like they all have their own versions. Like Coleman is the one who's actually experienced Candyman and lived through it. Yahya Abdul's like exploring it, and Teyonah Parris is just completely outside of it. Mm-hmm. So. I think they worked really well together. I want to keep seeing in more movies, and series, whatever they're attached to. So I can't speak enough to it. This is such a great movie.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of all that sounds all that. But ideally, though,
all that. But ideally, on an ideal situation. What else you got for me, Bern? Is that all the preguntas you have?
Yes, all the questions I could ask that you can answer without spoiling anything. I mean, I definitely want to check this out first before I ask you anything to not ruin the experience for me. So that is all I got, my friend.
Okay, and last thing I will end with, yes, I know I really emphasize the social commentary and stuff, and I know I was repetitive because, again, I don't want to spoil it. However, the murder scenes, the slasher part of this film was spot on. There was some pretty cool stuff that they did, and I definitely, like, if you're a horror fan, like a genuine slasher fan, this is still a movie for you, in my opinion. I definitely recommend it. But if you're also looking for, if you loved Get Out or Us or... I can't think of another horror movie like that. Or like even Lovecraft Country. If you're into stuff like that, this is something for you right now.
Awesome. That all sounds really good. Okay, so I guess with that, I'll leave you with this last question: is the gore and the kills done a lot better here than it was in the in the Netflix movies that we got earlier this year?
I mean, it's I would say not better. It's just different. Like there's B movie and A movie. Like I would say the Fear Street movies that we were talking about, B movie gore, where it's like they get some really crazy stuff. This one was just straight up gruesome. There's some horrible things you see just happen. And again, like I don't want to say any more just because if you haven't seen Candyman, definitely watch the original if you can. But if not, go see this one ASAP, especially in Dolby, because there are some parts that really just got chilled, like with the score and with the sound effects that they did. It was like, ugh, gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay, I'm going right now.
Just burn? Did you leave? Burn! We didn't finish! Alright, but like I said, hopefully everybody, this is enough for you to convince you if you want to see it. If not, ask us questions in the comments. We'll answer them. And, like, subscribe, share us around, get the word out. Say my name, as they would say.
Yeah, instead of going into the mirror and saying Candyman, say the Bodacious Rant, 5 times, and then we'll pop up. And we'll
just, hey!
Just bathroom now.
Yeah, just... But ladies and gentlemen, stay bodacious, keep on Ren, and above all, stay safe, especially when you're going to the movies and all that good stuff. But until next time, Burn, we're going to be talking about Shang-Chi, I'm sorry, I want to say Shang, but that's not right. And then What If coming out this week. So
absolutely.
Everybody keep your eyes and ears open for that stuff, and we'll talk to you guys later.
See you guys then, or we'll see you on another time.
Deuces.